Chinatown has come to mean something more than a physical place. It's come to mean this, of course, this Hollywood signifier of the cultural exotic and the unknowable, as well as being a place that is still a home for new immigrants and still welcomes working class immigrants into the neighborhood as a home. And it also welcomes back older generations of Chinese Americans to be there alongside them. It's a bit of a love letter to Chinatown. My parents came through New York's Chinatown when they first arrived in this country in the late 60s, and my grandparents throughout my childhood lived and worked in Chinatown. My grandmother as a seamstress and my grandfather in a fortune cookie factory. When I got to be older, after spending my youth going to visit on weekends and shopping and family banquets and things like that, I tried to figure out what the place meant to me for myself as an adult. I don't think there's a typical Chinatown resident, but what I think I can say about the people who have grown up in Chinatown and maybe left but somehow found their way back is that there's something there that is meaningful for them, and that's a cultural touchstone, even if it's no longer a physical home. Living in Chinatown is a complicated situation, and what the historian Judy Young has called a gilded ghetto, I think, really sums up what Chinatown can be, which is that it's a place that is familiar, but at the same time it can be a bit of a trap because you never have time in your living and working life to learn English or practice English. And so I think the language barrier is still the biggest thing that keeps new immigrants from assimilating. When we consider the future of Chinatown in the United States, we really have to look towards what's happening in China. And as it's rising as a global power, and despite all the ups and downs of the recent couple of years, China is going to continue to be a large cultural and economic force in the world. And what happens there is really going to spur who comes to this country, feeding the populations of Chinatowns all across the U.S. Chinatowns are unique. They, of course, are shaped by the forces that surround them in the cities that they are located within, but really a lot of the Chinatowns that was particularly in this book in San Francisco and New York and LA and Honolulu and especially Las Vegas really also have very surprising commonalities. They also contribute something larger to the cultural landscape around them.